What are some common mistakes you believe freelancers from India make when it comes to writing proposals and communicating with clients on Upwork?
I think we should more focus on the client's requirements rather than making the proposal look very needful and very clean.
What are some tips you can offer to stand out from the large amount of competition?
We should pick a particular niche and we should have a perfection in that particular niche.
How long did it take you to set up and optimize the tool before you started seeing results?
So you just need to spend a few days, like let's say 2-3 days in the starting to set up the scanners. But then after that, everything will be very smooth. It will be automated and you can directly get leads on a daily basis.
What is one thing you would say to Indian agencies considering automation, but still holding some doubts?
I was able to recover the entire amount that I'm paying for my external services within the first project that I got using GigRadar.
Welcome everybody to the 7th episode of GigRadar Success Stories. Today we have with us Aashish from Swift Expand. Aashish, hello, how are you doing?
Hi Vlad, I'm doing good. How about you? How's everything?
Everything is great. I'm very happy to have you on. For our guests that are listening, Aashish, I believe you've closed 6 or 7 jobs with GigRadar in like the last 2 to 3 weeks, all I believe in Shopify development. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's correct. I have completed around 7 jobs on Upwork using GigRadar.
And you got the service around a month ago, right?
Correct. Yeah, I started a month ago.
Fantastic. That is what we want to hear. There is a common belief that Indian agencies have a harder time finding clients as opposed to American or European agencies. Why do you think that is?
To be honest, I agree with this statement. Definitely, Indian agencies often face challenges in building trust related to quality and reliability. This is something I have experienced in last 3-4 years. People coming from US, like clients who are coming from US, generally are willing to hire people in their respective nations or other European countries or like nearby countries. This is something I have been facing from last few years. But to be honest, the only solution to this particular problem is by consistently delivering high quality work and maintaining clear communication with the client. Like by following these things, you can definitely overcome the challenges that can be coming in converting the projects. By getting a lead and after converting the projects, we can just uh, showcase the type of projects that we have successfully delivered in the past, and by giving the clients a good project plan, how we will be able to achieve the entire project, and how we can successfully deliver the entire engagement. So these are the things that we can definitely follow to convert a client by getting a lead, and by getting good reviews after successfully delivering a project. So these things, if we can do it consistently, then I think that particular issue can't be coming again and again into the work schedule or the workflow.
So you're basically saying just proper hard work, good client etiquette, delivering upon promise, and just doing the fundamentals over and over again. And with time, you'll be able to
Yeah,
build out a proper profile and a good reputation for yourself, right?
definitely. In the starting, there might be few possibilities that we have to deliver some projects that are having a low cost might be a
Mhm.
possibility, but by delivering few projects in the starting with good quality of work, with good communication, good documentations, then I think we will be able to have a good portfolio on the
Mhm.
freelancing platforms, and after that, we can uh, definitely we can move forward with delivering similar type of projects moving forward.
You have to start with the, let's say, the bottom of the barrel to work your way up to the cream of the crop, right? And
Definitely.
would you recommend when you're starting out as a freelancer or even as an agency, you would recommend probably setting lower like hourly rate than maybe like you would usually
Yeah.
be willing to do, and then as you build out your reputation, increase it over time, right?
We really don't have to keep very lower early rates. We can keep it average in the starting. But yeah, once we are getting few projects on Upwork, once we are having good reviews, then we can have the genuine rate uh, which suits the work that you are delivering.
As we were talking about, you agreed with the fact that a lot of Indian agencies do struggle to find clients in the United States, and probably a lot of that is because of some of their own maybe mistakes that they make. So, what are some common mistakes you believe freelancers from India make when it comes to writing proposals and communicating with clients on Upwork?
To be honest, in the starting, what exactly I made the mistakes that were like I was more focused on the proposals. Like I was adding so many reference websites that I was creating in the past. I was making the proposal look so good that I usually added a few initial lines in the proposal, a lot of description in the proposal. So I think that's one of the biggest mistake that I made while I started submitting the proposals. So I think we should more focus on the client's requirements rather than making the proposal look very needful and very clean. Instead of that, I think we should add points related to the job that the client has posted. Like we should address what exactly the problem that they have raised, how we can overcome that particular issue, what are the steps that we can follow to deliver the project that the client is asking for. So by
Mhm.
following these things, I think it makes the client very interested in having a discussion with you regarding the project, and it can definitely help in having a better conversions. It can help in getting good quality of leads, more number of leads. So these things can definitely be increased if we follow these things.
So basically, you're saying that a lot of agencies and freelancers from India, they focus too much on trying to like sell themselves, talk about their, experience, their qualifications, references, and stuff like that, but they're not as focused on discussing the client, what his particular issue is, and focusing on the problem of the client. And if they spend more time, focusing on the client's particular issue rather than trying to sell themselves with like references or something like this, they would have more success, right?
Definitely, yeah, I agree to this.
Okay. Would you say there's anything else? Maybe, like, for example, maybe what if you get a reply from a client, right? Maybe what are some issues during the actual sale, or what are some mistakes that they might make during the actual sales process that you think? Something they might do that might make the client doubt that, like, I'm sure that I want to work with this particular freelancer. Any idea?
I think we should not try to be very sticky to the client. Like I have seen some cases when people try to reach out to the client outside of work. Like if a client has posted a job and in the job they have added their website URL. So some people try to reach out to the client externally using LinkedIn or any other social media platform by messaging the client outside of Upwork, so that
Mhm.
if their proposal is not seen on Upwork, they try to message them outside. So these kind of things doesn't make any sense. It definitely uh, make the client not interested in your proposal or in your agency.
Yeah.
So we should have some patience. If a client is not responding, we should not try to message them again and again, and we
Yeah.
should not follow up in even if they have send a message to us. Like if it's a lead, we should not follow up again and again. We should be patient. We should keep patience while converting a client, and yeah, this is the thing that I think we should more focus on,
Mhm.
and we can have the focus getting more and more leads instead of just focusing on one lead and trying to convince or pleasing the client to share the offer.
A lot of Indian agencies often face pricing pressure from clients who expect lower rates in comparison to Western agencies. How do you personally go about handling these expectations?
I think keeping the price very low and according to the client budget is something we should for sure work on, but we should not lower the prices to be such that the client is making an advantage out of out of the project. We
Mhm.
should keep the genuine rates. Like if you think that we are having a good quality of work, we are we are having more than like let's say 50 plus websites we have already delivered. So we should have a respectable RD rate that we should charge the client. Instead of just converting the client with a very low rate, we should have standard rates according to the quality of work that we are delivering. So by showing the case studies, by showing some successful projects that we've already delivered in the past, by showing some of the testimonials, by showing some of the proof that we have delivered these and that websites in the past, we can convince the client, and we can definitely ask them for a genuine hourly rate by showing these type of things.
You are personally working in Shopify development. And as many web developers know, Shopify development is quite a competitive space. So what are some tips you can offer to stand out from the large amount of competition?
To stand out from the competition, I would suggest to have a niche. Like, let's say if an agency is working in a Shopify development, Shopify is a very, very big market, and it's a
Yeah.
very competitive market. A lot of agencies are working on Shopify development related projects. So we should pick a particular niche, and we should have a perfection in that particular niche. That will definitely make you stand out from the competition. Like
Mhm.
if you talk about niche inside Shopify, there are specific niche such as drop shipping, such as speed optimization of a Shopify website, like doing an audit, UI UX audit for the
Mhm.
homepage, product detail page,
Mhm.
uh, creating a Shopify store from scratch, migrating a Shopify store, or let's say migrating a particular CMS platform to Shopify. So there are so many niche that we have inside Shopify itself. What we can do is we can pick a particular niche. Either we can, let's say we can pick a niche that we will create a website from scratch, or let's say we will only pick clients who are having the website on Magento, Squarespace, WordPress, and we will convert that website into Shopify. So
Mhm.
if you pick these type of niche, I think then you will have your own segment of market, and I think the clients will have good trust, good faith in your agency that you are particularly working on this niche, and will definitely help in conversion and optimization.
That's something I hear from all agencies that I speak with is you always want to have something that you're extremely good at, something extremely specific and extremely good at. That way, people know that you're really good at this one particular thing, and you can have very
Yeah.
high prices for, or like, good prices for this particular thing. So that makes sense. Even in Shopify, there's a bunch of smaller niches, and it makes sense that, you just pick one thing within Shopify that you're really, really good at and just do that and just do that all the time. And I guess when you combine that with a tool like GigRadar, you're able to win a decent amount of projects in a small period of time. Okay, and now some questions regarding GigRadar. What can you say about the effectiveness of manual lead generation versus automated lead generation?
So I've been using GigRadar services from last 1 point, like around 1 month, 1 month and a few days now.
Mhm.
So the best part is they give you an option to either submit the proposal on a manual process or through an automated process. Inside a manual process, you can submit a proposal by default, and it will automatically pick that proposal to submit the jobs that you have according to your segments. And in automated lead generation, they give you an option to create a proposal using AI, and that particular proposal will be submitted. So both of the processes have their different advantages. Manual lead gives you an option to have better quality of leads as compared to automated lead generation process. But if you talk about automated lead generation process, it definitely gives you quality of leads. But on the other hand, it can also give you scalability. Like if you talk about the number of leads that you can get, it can definitely have more leads, the automated lead generation process. So to be honest, my favorite is automated lead generation because it creates a proposal using AI. It knows what the client requirements are. According to the client requirements, it can create a proposal by customizing, by adding questions related to the job post, by adding some of the sentences that might convince the client, that can show the client, okay, this particular freelancer has read the job description very carefully, and they have created a proposal according to that things that they have mentioned on the job post.
from the day you purchased GigRadar, how long did it take you to set up and optimize the tool before you started seeing results?
So I think it took me around 2-3 days to create the scanners. There's a very good option so that you can create the scanners according to your own needs. What I have to do is I have to add some filters. Let's say I want a job particularly on Shopify, and on Shopify, I only want a project on drop shipping. So I
Mhm.
can add the keywords related to that I want a job that has a keyword drop shipping, and these are the X amount of words that I want to neglect on that particular job post. Or let's say I only want to bid for projects for the clients who are based out of US, or let's say who are based out of specific countries such as France, Germany, Netherlands. So I can pick any country as a filter. There are huge amount of filters. Like let's say if I want to bid on projects with an hourly rate of 20 or more, so I can add that filter as well. So there is an option where you can get a notification on Slack when your connects are expiring, or
Yep.
when your job is getting posted. So I think the filters part make the things very clear and very easy. So you just need to spend a few days, like let's say 2-3 days in the starting to set up the scanners. But then after that, everything will be very smooth. It will be automated, and you can directly get leads on a daily basis.
So like once you set it up, it really does feel like you don't have to do that much work, right? I mean, like it's set up, and then whenever you go to Upwork, your inbox just has leads that want to talk to you, right? So like there's no more manual lead generation. You're just talking to leads.
Whenever you open the Upwork account, it will definitely have leads if you have activated the scanners.
Yeah.
The best part is it also notify you on other channels such as Slack or Telegram if you want to integrate that.
Yeah.
So so that you can respond to the leads on the same time, so that there is
Yep.
better chances of conversion.
A lot of people think that AI generated cover letters are like it's obvious that they're AI generated, and then that humans probably won't respond to them because they can tell that it's written by AI. What would you say to those people? Do you agree with that or not at all?
To be honest, before I joined GigRadar, before I took their services, I was also feeling the same, that by submitting a proposal using AI will be something that the client will be able to catch that, okay, this proposal is being submitted using ChatGPT or any other AI platform. So we should definitely neglect this particular proposal, and we should not send a message to this freelancer.
Mhm.
But when I see the proposals that the AI bot is creating, to be honest, it looks like a human is creating that. The proposal looks like the bot has completely given a proofread of the job description, and after that, the bot has done some research, and within a couple of minutes, every task is completed. Like the bot has created a proofread of the job description. The bot has done the research work, and the bot has created a proposal as well. So if you talk about creating a same proposal by any human, it will take easily around 20 to 30 minutes of time, and we really can't bid so many proposals on a daily basis if you are handling the projects as well, if you're handling the project management part, doing the hiring part, doing the sales. So for a startup, I think it's better to choose the automated lead generation process.
So we kind of already touched upon this, but I think it would be nice to go through it once more. What is one thing you would say to Indian agencies considering automation, but still holding some doubts?
I think you should definitely give it a try. If you're having a fear that you will be spending a lot on the services, on the connects that you are purchasing. To be honest, I was able to recover the entire amount that I'm paying for connects on the services within the first project that I got using GigRadar. So it's just something that you should definitely give it a try, and easily you will be able to recover your amount within 10 to 15 days. But worst you can take as a month. But once you start creating the scanners in a preferred way, that the jobs that you are willing to take, I think then for sure you will get good results out of it.
So you said it took you like what, 2 weeks to earn back your money, or even less?
Even less. I was able to get, I think, 3 to 4 leads on the initial week, and out of those leads, I was able to convert one of the client, and that client, I'm still working with him, and I'm having a weekly contract. So it's good working with that particular client because I can get recurring amount of work. So I think if you get one client who can give you recurring work, then you can easily get your money back within that particular project, single project that you are paying to GigRadar services and you are paying to connect fees to Upwork.
Okay, and my last question. So we're going to have many, many Indian agencies watching this particular podcast, and just whatever it is that you want to say, maybe just some recommendations for, again, those agencies that are considering it but not sure, considering automation but not 100% sure. Like, just try to speak to them, like pretend you're speaking to
Mhm.
them, and like, what would you say? Like, okay, they're considering it, but they have some concerns. Just maybe some final words.
My suggestion is I think Indian agencies should definitely give it a try to GigRadar because today the time is that we should definitely take AI related services, and it's one of the AI based company that can easily submit proposals on your behalf when you are sleeping or when you are working on any project, or let's say when you are out with your family. So it can definitely submit proposals on your behalf, and once you get a lead, you can easily reply back using your phone,
Mhm.
and you can set up a time with your clients. So this will definitely scale up your business. This is what I have been facing from last 1 month, and you will definitely get noticeable results within a time, within a very limited time frame. And the the number of impressions, like if you talk about the number of leads, will be very huge, but it's all about you, how you can create the scanners, how perfectly you can create it so that you can get good quality of leads. So I think my suggestion is just invest 2 to 3 days by creating the scanners, by adding the relevant keywords that you want on your job description, on your job titles, and then I can assure that I think you will definitely be able to get good results because this is something I've been getting from last month.
Yeah, 7 jobs in 1 month is pretty
Yeah.
freaking good. So. Ashish, thank you so much for your time, for coming on this call, for telling us about your great results. I believe a lot of people will find value in what you say, and hopefully we'll have more agencies from India considering automation and seeing results just like you, or at least something
Yeah,
close. So yeah, thank you
for
again
sure.
for your time. And everybody, thanks for watching. I guess we'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.
Thank you.